Pound 9520-RES or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backorder forward spells the same. Zero Res.
In the heart of the Northeast, there lies a hidden beast, a dragon's lair at the crossroad, guarded by the maiden Mother Crone. A treasure trove of spells galore, discover incense, books, jewelry, and more. Just as the oracles foretold, this is where your mystery unfolds. As the shadows creep and the veil gets thin, do not fear what lies within. Magus Books is where your journey begins. Visit us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or online at magusbooks.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 25, Wednesday sunny with a high near 39, and Thursday cloudy with a high around 38.
Get the appliances you've been dreaming of for less at Warner Stellian's year-end clearance. Shop closeouts, scratch and dent, and floor models. Plus, buy more to save more. Take 10% off 2 red tags and 15% off 3 at Warner Stellian's year-end clearance.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining me. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? It's time. I don't know. It just kind of, I have no control over it. I have no idea what's going on. But as I mentioned yesterday, we're getting closer to Christmas. I don't think you need to be Isaac Asimov to know that. We're getting closer and closer. I hope everyone is prepared for that, however that is meant to be. I didn't mean to make that sound so ominous. I mean, I'm hoping you all have, everything you want done. I mean, it's like, I hope you're ready. No, I'm just hoping that you're ready. So, that's really what it kind of comes down to. Now, as a GhostBox Radio Christmas gift to you, the listener, I have been able to get someone who's very busy on the program tonight, who has so much going on, who has so many good irons in the fire, and who is always teaching classes and doing a lot of stuff that she graciously gave her time tonight to do one question readings for all of us. If you put a question into the chat on Facebook, you can go to GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook, or you can, I'm also on YouTube under MN GhostBox Official. Go to AM 950 Radio on Facebook as well. You can put in the comments. And if you have a question, we're going to do that. We'll talk about the parameters of the questions in a second. But first of all, she is the owner of Charvinity and the owner of Metamorphosis Connections. She has been doing so many good things. And there are just more things happening and evolving that I think we could talk a little bit about some of it tonight. And I always love having her on. It's always so much fun just to be able to chat. We were chatting so much that we almost missed the start of the show. That's how professional we all are on this. And very happy, as always, to bring on Miss Char Savoie, who you might have heard on such programs as this one. Char, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Hey, how you doing?
I am okay. Well, you know how I'm doing. We were talking about it right up until the time that the show started, because we almost missed the show starting tonight.
Well, it sounded a little professional.
Yeah, well, you're at the wrong place for that. I know. It doesn't.
I
know you're professional. It doesn't mean that I am. It just makes me laugh. We're talking. We're just kind of going over some stuff, and I'm like, oh, we have about a minute before we start. I mean, it's just like, wow, okay, here we are. So like I said, Char has graciously agreed to do one question readings for us tonight. Those questions should be restricted to just general life questions. They should be, am I going to ever make money again? Am I, if someone has questions about whether or not, their love life, or, just general questions. We're not taking any questions about politics. We're not
No.
taking any questions about any mediumship. And for
No.
those who don't understand what I mean by that, that means like, can Grandma Ruth come through, please? No. Doesn't mean that Char doesn't do that, but not on this program, because that's a different preparation, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like that's a little more personal, and it's kind of past my bedtime. So
Mhm. Yeah, right. I mean, you're lucky to get anything out of her tonight.
right.
So yes, and then also, what are your thoughts on any kind of medical questions? You want us to kind of ditch those as well, or?
Yeah, I don't like to give a lot of like advice on that. If something comes up and I feel like it's necessary to talk about, but I don't like to do predictions on medical stuff because there's so many parameters in that.
Yeah.
That, and I won't tell you when you die. That's not my jam. I will never answer that question, nor do I even get that information. So, um yeah. So, I mean, I think it's basically the questions. How it works for me is I pull 3 cards for you, and it's kind of like your spirit guides coming in to tell you something. And so sometimes you can ask a specific question, but it's going to be more about, I'm not going to give you specific time frames or whatever. It's more about what do you need to know in order to make that happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, that being said, and once again, folks, just in case you're confused, Char is neither a lawyer or a doctor. So, we're just kind of keep that kind of in check. Please go ahead and there's a couple in there ready. Please put some more in there. But in the meantime, Char, I'd love to talk about something pretty exciting, that kind of a recent development for Anoka, and that's Divine Lights.
Yes, I am so excited and thrilled about this. So, there was a metaphysical shop in Anoka that has closed.
Yep.
And some practitioners that were there at the end when it closed decided to become new owners of a brand new physical shop in the same location, but invited back other practitioners that had been there as well. So it's a collection of these amazing people that do so many different things that have come together with just this goal of like community centered, to really try to bring back love to that area and to really spread that out throughout the community. They do a lot of community events. They did a holistic fair last month, and they had people bring food in for the food shelf. So they're really working with the community to give back and to really like heal that part of the community that really needs that love and light to really shine through. And I'm really honored and I'm really grateful that I get to be a part of it now. So I will be over there doing classes and offering services and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just so excited. And it's kind of where I started. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me.
It just seems like so many good things are happening over in Anoka. In that,
Yeah.
It's very cool to see it. And I went over to, and not only went over to, but I liked the Facebook page today, Divine Lights over on Facebook. Please give it a like, please. That way you can also see all the stuff that's going on there. They're having a grand opening. Did they have a grand opening, or is it about to happen? I forget.
The grand opening will be January 13th. It's a Saturday.
Right. Yep.
So so look for that, but please go like the page, follow them. It's all a work in progress. Where every day we're getting new stuff in, we're getting product in. We're, adding things to the shelf. We're listening to what our customers want to see. They're going to be starting Manic Mondays, where it's Facebook Live sales every Monday, which is going to be fantastic. Once a month, they do what's called a donation day, where you can come in and get services done. I think it's the second Saturday of every month. You come in, you can have a reading or a healing. It's a shortened service, and you pay what you can for the service. So it's a way to try different things out. And then it's also going to be They do holistic fairs once a month downstairs in the event center. So you can come check out all of that stuff. It's really, really cool. And the people there are so fascinating to me. I'm just so excited to be around them. And there's a lot of different modalities that I've never come in contact with. So I'm really excited to get to know what everybody does and explore that a little bit more. I see somebody wrote in there, is it in Minnesota? Yes, it's in Anoka, Minnesota. It's at 104 East Main Street. So it's right on Main Street in Anoka. It's right across from the city building where the big Christmas tree is at the moment. So it's right there. It's fabulous. It's amazing. Please come in. The energy is wonderful. Even just to come in and soak up the energy, say hi, get to know everybody. I'm just super excited. And also, Jenny, no, I am not a co-owner. I am just there in general. But yes, and Julie said she's in California. We will be launching an online store as well. So follow it on Facebook so you can see all the updates.
Wow, no need for me. You keep going to the comments without me. Well done. I'll just go over here and just sit for a while, and you can just kind of take it over. How's that sound?
Right.
I mean, it's not the first time.
Well, you know,
host and whatnot. So,
but that's the other thing too, though, is like I'm sorry, but like some of the practitioners do a lot of stuff.
You've already started. Go for it.
I know some of the practitioners do stuff virtually too. So even if you aren't in Minnesota and you go over there and you see some practitioners, you see somebody that you really want to get something done with, reach out to them. Most of them do stuff virtually. So, you know, we're available not just to people in Anoka, but to anybody that's interested in what we're doing. And they have a lot of different stuff there. So it's fantastic.
Any other comments you want to hit before I come back on? Or are we good? Or okay.
No, I'm good. Welcome back to your show, Greg.
No, I mean, you're doing it better than I ever could. So I appreciate that. But you know, going on the page, the Facebook page, it's a very fresh energy. It seems like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's very cool. And it's, you know, we say this all the time. We say this about all the other stores that we talk about too. Please you know, as best as you can, support the community. The community needs to be sustainable. And with that, you need to be able to, you know, check it out and, you know, just kind of, you know, just give these places a chance, because this is really cool. This is really neat. Also, Anoka, kind of the center point of all of our lives, it seems like, Ghost Stories and Beyond returns January 3rd at Billy's Bar and Grill. And it's coming up fast. It's like, it's next year or whatever else. But it's actually, you know, January 3rd, and we're going to have on Joe Frankie. We're going to actually beam him into Billy's. It's interactive. We've done this a number of times and people like it. For people who don't know who Joe Frankie is, he is a paranormal investigator that has been investigating with Ed and Lorraine Warren since 1986. So we're going to have him talk about all these wonderful cases. He can talk about cases that he wasn't on because Ed sat down and broke it down for him, such as Amityville. And we're really excited about it because I think we're going to try to get him to play some of his evidence, his ideology that he learned directly from Ed and Lorraine. And for those who are listening, who don't know who we mean by Ed and Lorraine Warren, if you see the Conjuring films, that's Ed and Lorraine Warren. The films are based off of their lives. So, and they own the Annabelle doll. Well, they don't, they passed, but they're the next generation, they own the Annabelle doll. So.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. I think that's going to be interesting. I hope he does share some of his stuff and some insights, because just to pick the brain, like to be able to pick the brain of Ed and Lorraine would have been wonderful. But, to like have him, somebody that was right there that had that information, and has that inside scoop a little bit. It's going to be kind of interesting to hear that. And, and I think Ed and Lorraine Warren, if you don't know who they are, research who they are. They're kind of the pioneers of all this. I mean, this is kind of where it all got started. And so I'm grateful and honored for them that they paved a way for everybody to come in and do this.
Very much. The start of the modern day way of paranormal investigating, and along the lines of like a Hans Holzer and stuff as well.
Right.
And it's... and Julie's like, or watch the movies. The movies are entertaining without a doubt, but there's some really good stuff. And Joe is, he said, he tells, because him and I've been talking quite a bit. He's like, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, and that's, and he's also, he loves to talk. He's a really good, he's a great speaker, and, you're not going to get short answers from Joe. That's just going to be a fact. When I went to call him to get confirmation about him doing this in January, we were on the phone for 2 hours. He's very engaging. So, and talks about, yeah. So, it's going to be great. And then, one of the biggest selling points, of course, is that it's half price burgers on Wednesday as well. So
it could only be better if it was tacos.
Well, maybe that's something that we should talk to the folks over at Billy's for. I mean, it's not a Tuesday though.
It's not Tuesday, but it's Char Day.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
Char Day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Char Day. I like it. 8 days a week. It's like Beatles. The Beatles were prophetic. Yeah.
See?
Folks, put your if you're scratching your head, what's going on? I think that's 3 of us then. Why don't we do this? Let's go ahead, take our first break. When we come back, we'll start the questions. I see some people putting questions into the chat. Please let it continue doing so. Char will start answering when we come back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Feeling like people just don't get the vibrant rainbow unicorn that is your celestial essence? Have you been wondering how you stepped into this infernal, mundane timeline full of muggles, NPCs, and toilet paper shortages? Here at Magus Books and Herbs, we get you, and are staffed with real-life unicorns just waiting to help you rediscover your shine. So come explore your magical side with books, herbs, incense classes, and more at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or online at magusbooks.com.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Thanks to everyone who's continued to support AM 950. Good news, the AM 950 2024 calendar is ready to go, featuring photos that took around Minnesota and important progressive dates. Members that sign up with a one-time $25 membership will receive a 2024 AM 950 calendar as a thank you. Make a one-time $50 or $100 donation. You'll get the AM 950 calendar and the brand new AM 950 tote bag as a thank you. Go to am950radio.com for all the details on the membership. That's am950radio.com. Thank you so much for supporting AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
If you go to shoprainbowrd.com, you will find an amazing variety of adult novelties, literally thousands of items that you can peruse in the privacy of your home and have shipped to your door. Plus, in the store, you can find swimwear, casual wear, underwear, everywhere. Rainbow Road is located at 109 West Grand Street near Loring Park. Gift cards are available for the hard to shop for. Go to shoprainbowrd.com.
And this is just a reminder that Midwest Witchery and Healing has one more class this year on Wednesday, December 20th. That is tomorrow, folks, which Jody is teaching Opening Your Psychic Awareness at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss your chances to learn something new. You can sign up over at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. That's MidwestWitcheryHealing.com under events and classes. Once again, the class is called Opening Your Psychic Awareness. That's going to be tomorrow at 6:30. You can find out all the details when you go to MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. And don't forget, folks, that if you're still looking for something to get a loved one, Midwest Witchery and Healing has gift cards as well. Go to their website, check out what they have going on there. I'd like to thank them very much for being such a good partner for this show. And please ask everyone to please go check out what's going on over there. What's going on over here right now is that we have Miss Char Savoie, who you might have heard on such radio programs as this one, many a times. It's always great to have you on, Char. You know, I was thinking when the show started and you're like waving to somebody, I feel like for those who are not on the radio, who are watching us on Facebook, I feel like that we're kind of like the Brady Bunch with the squares, like, when I talk, I should be like looking over, like I'm looking at you, right? I mean, it's just, yeah. Can you tell that we're coming to the end of the year, and I think I'm tired. So we got lots of questions, and I need to get a move on because it looks like Julie Ann in the chat is getting a little impatient. She's reposting other people's questions. Sorry, Julie. There's a lot of people who run this show tonight, and I'm afraid none of them are me. So we're just going to kind of keep it going the best we can.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Char. Sure. Where should we start? Let's start with, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Keep the questions going. We'll do our best to get to everybody. Once again, please go support Char. We've been talking about supporting everybody. Don't forget to go check out charvinity.com. Lots of classes, lots of amazing things going on. And please support Char as well, as she's giving so much of her time to us as always. We start with Miss Joanne. Joanne has asked, when do you feel a love partner come into my life, please?
Okay, let's see what is happening here. Okay. So first of all, what I'm getting is there's some things that are blocking that from happening. And what's really going on is you're kind of, without saying this, I'm just going to say it in a random way. It's like you're kind of stuck in your head. Like you have this mental image of how anything was supposed to be, and you can't get past that. And so you're not allowing the right person to come in. It's like you're stuck in old patterns. And I don't know if there's just somebody you haven't gotten over yet and you're comparing everybody to this person, but you're stuck in this like pattern, and you have like very like the blinders on. So you're only seeing what you want to see. You're not seeing what might be available to you. Does that make sense? How I said that, I think. So it just feels like you're kind of in your own way. So you need to let go of the things that are keeping you stuck in this like rut of exactly what you're looking for, and just be more open to allowing it to happen, and don't push it so hard.
Which
that's what I'm getting.
It's funny, not funny to Joanne. I'm not trying to say it, but it's funny because when you're saying, does that make sense? I'm like shaking my head, and I felt like I'm going to have another moment from class yesterday where I get misconstrued and like I wasn't there. I'm like, I'm getting like, I'm acting like I'm totally following along, but I am following along.
Yeah.
But it made sense to me. Hopefully it made sense to Joanne. And then Julie says it's all good fun. It totally is. Absolutely. I like the fact that people are so excited to get readings from you, Char, that they just want to make sure that they were seen.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. She's looking out for her. That's a good friend.
It is a good friend. And don't forget, folks, Char does this all the time. So you can book readings with her as well. Go to charvinity.com and book a reading. That's where you do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's radio, Char. Yeah. The nod of the head doesn't quite work for radio.
I realized that as soon as I did it. I was like, yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Julie. Julie asked the question of, will I reconnect with an old dear friend soon?
Ooh. Yes, but not right away. I think there's going to be some time in there. And interesting. I'm getting like a double meaning on this. Is this an old friend or an old love that could, or friend that could be a love? So I feel like there might be like a double meaning in there. I'm not really sure how that's coming across. So I don't know what the purpose is for wanting to reconnect, if there's another motive for connecting. But it does feel like there could be some positive things in there, but it needs to be very clear on what the reconnection's about, if that makes sense.
it's interesting, and obviously none of my business. But I mean, the idea that Julie is even thinking that that's happening, it does make me wonder. Like, is she getting some sort of like intuition coming her way, and that's why she would like some validation or something? I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There you
hope
go.
hope that works, Julie. Let's see here. Miss Lisa has a question. What do my spirit guides need me to know right now?
Okay, Lisa. Oh, okay. And I know Lisa, so this is just making me kind of like, oh. So Lisa, it's just you're in a state of exhaustion right now, and I understand that, and it totally makes sense to me. But at the same time, I think they're wanting you to just take it 1 minute at a time. Just take it as it comes. Don't push it. Just allow things to flow how they're meant to flow right now. There'll be some shifting and some changing that will happen, but it just don't get caught up in the whens. Just allow it to be in the moment and to have things just flow naturally. It's just gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster for a while, is what I'm getting. But it does even out eventually. It'll be okay, but you just have to ride the waves at the moment.
Awesome. Now, Mr. Brad Webb, he just wants to say hello to his two favorite people.
Hi, Brad.
Very kind. Thank you. And then Julie, just following up, Julie was just saying regarding hers, he's like, yes, both. Yes, he is. Many lifetimes, and it's business and closure. So
Okay.
thank you for thank you for putting that in there. Lisa just wanted to thank you. Cynthia says hi. Let's see. Let's get to the next one here. Give me 1 second to get back to where we were. Here we go. Miss Mandy. Mandy says that she was told last week that she has a gift, but it was very vague. He said he could see her doing mediumship. Do you have any clarification about what that is for her?
Okay. Mandy, let's see. Yes. I don't, it could be mediumship, but I think it's more like intuitive based. And it's somewhere in the middle of that. I'm not sure, but it seems like it's going to come out. And if I say this, it's going to make sense. It's going to come out in a Mandy way, because Mandy is very creative. So it's going to come out in her own way. It'll be different. It'll be unique. But I feel like there's some things that she has to clear and get rid of. Some stuff that's kind of just collected in there that she needs to clear out and get rid of. And she just needs to be brave and trust herself, and it'll show up.
Very cool. Very cool. I hope that was helpful to you, Mandy. That's neat. Let's see here. We're going further down here. Let's see. What else do we have here? I got to read one here real fast. Rudy, I see your question. I feel like that is more mediumship, which we're not doing, unfortunately. And I think that's something that you would really want to be able to talk to someone about. I would say that when it comes to loved ones and stuff like that, once again, Char does offer readings, and there's many that offer readings if you have someone, but I don't think that that's going to be able to be like just a one question. Nothing against your question, just more of I know that Char would want to make sure that she got it right and whatnot. So going on to let's see. Lori Jean says, hey, Char, January 17th is National Learn How to Read Day. No, it's National Charlotte Day. So you should celebrate with your tacos.
I'm going to put that on the calendar right now.
Well, is that a Tuesday? I mean, I know in your world it doesn't matter. But I'm just.
Is it?
I don't.
How ironic would that be?
It is not. It's a Wednesday.
Oh, well, it's Char Day.
Well, it is Char Day.
There is a Char Day.
Well,
I won't be at Billy's, so I'll be getting tacos.
Right? Okay, and that place that we went to a couple months back, that's up by Northtown.
Esmeralda's?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
That was legit.
Might be the jam.
That's it. Yeah.
And I just want to address Rudy with her mediumship question. It's also, there's just a lot of energy. It's hard to like single down to one person sometimes doing this. And I like to have more attention. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And I know it's a struggle and I know it's hard, but it's something that I like to do more personal one-on-one. So it's not that I am trying to like not do that here. It's just, it's really difficult to do it with so many people and everything.
Thank you for that. Melody asked the question. I would love a reading, please. A general.
Oh, sure. Those are my favorite general ones. All right. So what do you need to know? Ooh. Okay. So I don't know if this is work related, because I kind of get the feel it might be a work related thing, but there's like some like politic things going on where people aren't who they say they are, things aren't quite what they seem like. There's just a lot of like I just hear a lot of like arguing back and forth, and it's causing a lot of stress, and I feel like you just need to step away from it and not get caught up in it. So don't get too wrapped up in what's going on or the gossip or anything. Like, you need to just step away from it and let that be. And I don't know if it's all work, but somehow I just got the work vibe with that. So I don't know if there's some issues going on with work or kind of like a work related thing where there's some drama, but it would be in your best interest to step away from that and not get involved in it, because it's just going to stress you out and it's not going to benefit you in any way.
There you go. There you go. Let's see here. I love these. Hi, Char.
Hi.
Can just put in the comments if you can see me, folks. If you could see me on the screen, because apparently, and Todd, this isn't the first time that we've had this situation where, hi, Char.
Hi, Todd.
My God. Let's see here. Look at this. Look at this. Hello, Brad. Yeah. This is cruel. Cruel. From the School of Ernie Pack. We have how to do. Let's see there. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and everyone's really funny now. Who's that behind you, Greg? There is nobody behind me. Trying to scare me. It's not Adam here tonight, folks. You can't scare me. Turn on the light back there. I'd love to see it on. I always say that, and it never happens. So,
oh my goodness, that's funny.
Are you ready to do an investigation of this place?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, not now, but
okay.
Let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
Game on.
Right? Exactly. We're doing one question readings with Char. Please put your questions into the chat. And once again, we do ask no mediumship questions. And I'm sorry for those who have put that in. It's just, as Char explained, it's just a whole different mindset. And she just wants to make sure that she could focus on you much, more succinctly. So certainly not because we don't want to help or get closure or anything else. I don't know why I'm even putting this up here after the complete disregard for me as a human being. But can I please get a general reading? Todd Askew would like to get a general reading, please.
Absolutely. Oh.
Uh-oh. Pulled the death card, did you? No.
No. I should change that to just a picture of you staring.
Right. The death stare card, yeah.
Right. This is just interesting because I feel like you're waiting for something to complete, like something to finish. I don't know what it is, but there's something that is trying to come to completion, but you're impatient with it. You're wanting something to be finalized and it's not getting there quick enough. Just be patient. Wait a little bit longer. Just don't settle. It'll pay off in the end, but don't settle for something before you get to the end game. And I don't get what it is, but I just get the feeling like there's something that you're working on, or there's a project or something that needs to come to completion, but it's just not quite there yet.
Hopefully that resonates with you, Todd. Yeah, I mean, it's, and I could see that, I could see that just among stuff that I do as well. Like, you're right, because you might be working on something for so long, and you just like want to get through it, you want to get done, or you can't wait to see how it goes. Todd says, thank you. Brad has a question. Why don't we wait for Brad till we get to the other side of the break? But in the meantime too, and you mentioned this, but I just want to make sure that I'm clear on this. Go to find out what's going on over at Divine Lights. Go to their Facebook page, Divine Lights, like it, and you can see kind of what their schedule is and stuff. And then they have the grand opening on January 13th, Saturday, January 13th. But whatever else they have going on, definitely go there and follow it. I mean, would that be fair to say?
Absolutely. Please do. And when you go over there, then write a comment and say, GhostBox Radio sent you.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I do appreciate that. And other people have done so for some of our other partners. So it'd be great just so that they know that we're supporting, because it's tough to get going. It takes a lot of skill and guts and then to sustain it. And we just want to make sure that our community is in good shape. So yes, please do so. And then please also make sure you like the page. It doesn't matter if you're not in Minnesota, go like the page, please. That way you can see, because they're in Anoka, Minnesota, but that's their physical location. You're going to see a lot more from them that can be useful outside the state.
Absolutely.
So, why don't we go ahead and do this? Why don't we take our next break? When we come back, please continue putting questions into the chat, because Char's not done yet. She has a whole other segment with us. We're going to make her work. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
The AM 950 2024 calendar is here, and we have a brand new thank you you're going to love. A meet and greet with me, Matt McNeil, and other hosts from AM 950. Become a sustaining member of AM 950 with a recurring monthly payment of $50 or more, or make a one-time membership donation of $250 or more, and not only will you receive the AM 950 calendar and the AM 950 tote bag as a thank you, but you'll also be invited to an exclusive thank you, the meet and greet. For more details or to sign up to become a member, go to am950radio.com. That's am950radio.com.
Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood restaurant in the Whittier neighborhood at 26th and Lindale. Nightingale has patio, dining room, and bar seating available. Plus, they still have takeout and delivery. Their menu has lots of delicious options like the famous Nightingale burger and fries, ginger tamari chicken wings, smoked chicken. They're open from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. daily with their full menu until midnight. So make the friendly neighborhood Nightingale your go-to restaurant in South Minneapolis. Place an order, make a reservation, and more at nightingalempls.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 25, Wednesday sunny with a high near 39, and Thursday cloudy with a high around 38. Eat Local Minnesota is a great way to find locally owned restaurants and food purveyors. They feature high-quality food and unique eating experiences for your next meal. Some of those restaurants and food purveyors include 30 Bales and Latunji's Palette. Find a full list of all of our restaurants and food purveyors at eatlocalminnesota.com.
Have you ever wondered why something seems so familiar but shouldn't? Have you ever been curious about a past life? Midwest Witchery and Healing is now offering past life regression sessions. Call today, set up an appointment to discover secrets from your past. You can book online over at Midwest Witchery and Healing. Let me say it again, MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. And you can go check out what they offer for past life regressions. That's something I need to do. I have not done so yet. Join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're going to have on Angela Boley. She's going to return. Now, you may remember, you have seen her on here before talking about the paintings that she creates based on spirits talking with her. But what you may not know is that she has been trying to track down one of her past lives for years. And she has found out who she was back during World War I. She's been tracking this individual for years, tracking down people that he had known. And we're going to talk about that journey tomorrow. It's going to be very fascinating, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been talking with her a little bit about it, and it's pretty crazy. And this is going to be really cool. And go get your past life regression if you want to try to do the same thing. It sounds the amount of work that she's put into it has been incredible. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We have Char Savoie on with us, the owner of Charvinity, Metamorphosis Connections. We've been talking about Divine Lights, which is opening up, that she is helping out with, she's working with, she's partnering with. Lots of great things going on. Very grateful that you are able to spend time with us tonight. I know that you are very, very busy. You have a lot of stuff going on. So thank you very much for making time for us tonight.
Well, thank you for asking me. I love being here, so I appreciate that. And can I throw out one more thing I have going on?
Yeah, please do.
So I'm super excited for this. Next year, I am partnering with Maria Shaw, and I will be doing the psychic and healing fairs along with her Minneapolis convention. So on my webpage, I put up Charvinity Psychic Fairs a page on there. It's just to save the date at the moment. So there'll be lots of information about that with all the readers and the healers and Maria's convention going on. So I'm super excited about that. So please come check that out.
Char's plan for world domination is just getting nearer and nearer to completion. But, I think you'd be a benevolent ruler. So I think that we're okay with that. Tacos for everyone. If all it really comes down to that we have to rename Wednesday Char Day, I'm fine with it. I mean,
me too.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, no, it's how awesome. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And then I was happy to hear that Meg Bartlett, who we had on last night talking about the nightmare interpretations and dream interpretations, she's going to be at Maria Shaw's in February, she said.
She will be. We connected really well, and we actually just had coffee this morning. So I'm really excited for that. That she's fascinating. Oh my gosh, she is so good at what she does, and she is so fascinating. And so I'm super excited to see where she goes with all of this too.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Brad Webb, he would like to have a reading, and we're still taking some. We still have time for a few more readings. So put your question into the chat. It's one question readings. We're just very general questions. If you like what you hear and you'd like to schedule time with Char and get a full reading, you go to Charvinity.com. You can schedule a reading there. I think that it's a great idea to do. So please consider doing so, because this is nice that you're giving your time for us, but it also, what we always talk about, sustainability. If a couple of you would schedule a reading, this isn't Char asking me to say, this is just me saying it. A couple of you just schedule a reading so that she knows coming on my show that, that she gets a little back from it as well. So with that being said, Mr. Brad Webb would like a general reading, please.
All right. So Brad, what I get for you is, first words I hear is don't give up, keep going, keep pushing, find the courage, but I feel like you need to step outside your circle a little bit. So I don't know if you need to find something new, like you're just kind of stuck in a rut. So don't give up with that, but also don't let other people project their thoughts and what they feel you should be doing onto you. Your creativity is going to blossom even more. So allow that to happen. Don't let anybody else damper that down, and don't let anybody tell you how you should be doing things. But just hang in there and just go outside your comfort zone a little bit with things, or your circle. Like reach out to new areas.
And I may want to add on and this isn't psychic. This is just Brad. This is just Greg talking. That I think Brad should overcome his fear of wanting to talk in public, come on my show and talk about all the cool stuff he makes at Crack Skull Paranormal. .com. And that's a great way to get great paranormal equipment at reasonable prices. I'm nothing but a shill today, aren't I? I really feel like I'm a Christmas shill that is everything we talk about. I'm like, and don't forget to visit their website. But, it's that time of year. Everybody, you just want to support everybody. There's so many good people around. Let's see here. Oh, hi, Cynthia. Nice to see you on here. Thanks for coming on. Cynthia would like a reading from you, please.
All right. So let's see what's going on for Cynthia. Ooh. Cynthia.
Oh, there you go. Wouldn't it be bad then we go off the air and that's all she got was ooh?
It's not a bad ooh, but it's just kind of like she needs to listen to her intuition and her guides a little bit. They're trying to tell her something. She's on the verge of like a huge like breakthrough moment with something. Like something is just going to shift and change for her. And the past lives card came up. So I don't know if maybe it's literally a past life connection that's going to make her have this huge aha moment, or it's just going to be some kind of opening the key to something that's happened to her in the past that's going to shift. So, but there's a huge shift coming for her. It's a big aha moment, but she needs to listen a little bit more. I think the cues are coming in. She's just missing them. So just pay attention to even just the simplest synchronicities and see what's resonating, because there's a big shift coming. Huge.
It's easy to do to miss those cues, isn't it?
Oh, especially when there's so much going on. Yeah.
Cynthia, I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you're able to get something useful from that. And I think that's a great general thing for all of us to follow as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I always like to remind people is when they get a reading, like an intuitive reading, a psychic reading, a card reading, a palm reading, anything like that. It's my interpretation of the energy that I'm feeling at this exact moment. In 5 minutes from now, you can do this or you can do something else. And that totally changed the whole trajectory of it. Yeah. I never want anybody to live on the words that I tell you in a reading. It's meant to give you as a guide, whatever resonates. It's meant to give you insight. It's meant to empower you. It's meant to help you make the decisions on where you go next. Never hang your hat on what a psychic or an intuitive tells you. It's just meant to give you information and for you to use that in the best way that you can. Never give up your power to divination tools or a reader. You are always in charge, and you can always change the outcome.
Well, and that's the beauty of the universe, isn't it? That there are infinite possibilities. And, I think, and I'm not saying this about Cynthia or anybody on our show tonight, please know this, but I feel like that there's some people, because we've talked about this actually prior to the show, people want direction sometimes. They don't want, they want to cut straight to the end of the story, so to speak. They want to be able to get to it. And once again, folks, I'm not talking about anybody on here tonight, but I'm, what I've seen at like the psychic fairs and stuff, some people, and that they just, they don't want interpretation. They want to just know, should I go left or right? And this is really good reminder for anyone listening out there who do go to these fairs or do get readings on a regular basis. I know one reader that I used to know a while ago, that she would get repeat customers every week getting readings. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but to me, it feels like that's more of like, I just need those, from one point A to point B filled in, so to speak. It's fine for guidance, but don't let it run you.
Absolutely. Because you're always in charge of your own life, and that you have to remember that we're just here to kind of help give you little nuggets of information that might help.
Right. Especially when, like Brad says, that that reading was spot on. And Brad and I've talked about stuff that's been going on. So I don't know if he saw when stuff you're saying, I had a smile on my face, because I know that that's going to be helpful. And sometimes when you're in a spot that you're not really sure how it's going to come out, it's also nice to hear that nothing lasts forever. The bad periods of times don't last forever. And sometimes just being able to get a reading from you, or just like you said, those nudges, just remind yourself that if you're getting those readings, that it's not forever. The situation may be bad, but nothing lasts forever.
Right. Absolutely.
So why don't we got about 6 minutes left thereabouts. Miss Maureen had a question. She'd just like a reading, please.
Oh, sure. Let's see what we got for you. Let me just separate this out really quick. Ooh, okay. So she's had some things shift and change a little bit recently too. I feel like she's had a few things change over the last couple years. Just some slow, like shifting and changing kind of things. But she has a new perspective on things, and I think she needs to really trust that. Like, if she wants to change things, go for it. So look at things a little bit different, because it's going to bring you success. It's kind of like this change is like setting you up for the next big thing. So focus on what the next big thing is, not the stuff that changed and left. So really kind of look forward and really think about where it is that you want to go, where it is you want this result. Like, start thinking forward, not backwards.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. That's very cool. And I hope this doesn't put you on the spot at all, but, because we run into a lot of people who are facing tough times.
Absolutely.
When you're in a tough situation, what do you recommend people to do, just as a way for them to, and I ask you because you are so positive, to kind of just to remind themselves that it's just a tough time. You'll get through it. Do you have any like thoughts or anything? It's just really putting you on the spot, I know.
I think I just have to stop and remember that I've made it through so many things so far in my life that what I'm going through now isn't as bad as before. And I've always made it. I've always come out, and it's going to be fine. And I just have to always remind myself that I can make it through it. I've done everything else. And, and maybe my story is unique. I was a single mom and kind of things like that's a lot. So I can do that. I can do this. I slept in the Axe house. I could do this. I went skydiving. I could do this. So if you have to start thinking of all the things that you've done and overcome, you can do the next best thing. And there's always something that's going to shift and change.
And I think also, to your point, even just stopping and thinking as well, because I think when things go bad, I feel like it piles on, or at least in our minds, it piles on.
Yep.
And just to be able to stop for a second and hey, I sometimes do and I sometimes don't. I'm certainly not trying to preach to anybody about it, but it's, I have to remember it myself, just to try to stop and take a deep breath and talk. You can talk things over with a friend, or you can just kind of work it through your mind. And sometimes even that alone, just that breathing and those breathing exercises that you always talk about, that's all. It helps.
Yeah, it does. Just take a second and center yourself, do some breathing, and, just always know it's going to be okay. Just trust that it's going to be okay, and definitely reach out for help if you need help. It's not a bad thing to ask for help.
No, it isn't. And, it's funny because, in my case, as a kid, everything just looked like constantly like, everything, you're looking at grown-ups and they seem to handle everything relatively well, depending on the grown-up and stuff. But as you get older, you realize that pretty much everyone is messed up in some way, in some way, somehow. No one has the storybook.
No.
Storybook story. That's horrible. Storybook, whatever. It's just a matter of remembering that you are not alone. Everyone has their situation.
And be true to yourself. I think that's the biggest thing, is be true to yourself, because once you're true to yourself and you're living your most authentic life that you can, that's big. You're owning your power, you're owning who you are. And it can be really hard, but just be brave and do it. And then have tacos.
Tacos are important. What do you like on your tacos?
I don't know. I kind of switch
You
it
don't
up
know.
once in a while. I switch it up once in a while. So I don't have a favorite, but I mean, I've never seen anybody not be happy eating tacos.
No. Are you a hard shell or
I seriously think I could write a book about your life being a taco. I mean, sometimes you could be hard and crunchy, and sometimes you just want to be soft and gooey.
is that how you approach your readings? Like, you're a soft shell taco, aren't you? I mean, you like the nacho cheese instead of the shredded cheese. Okay, now it's getting silly over here. Miss Char Savoie, you can learn more about what she's doing over at Charvinity.com. Please book a reading with her. This is more, she does such an amazing job. Char, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. Thanks for everybody that tuned in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow with Angela Boley. We're going to be talking about her tracking down her past lives. Good night, everyone.
Your radio station for the Resistance, the David Pakman Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. on AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the progressive voice of Minnesota.